Pterodactyl here, and today is the day. You know what's under here? The Bolens Ridemaster. Today's the day we're gonna unveil it. Are you excited? I am. Junior! Slippers! Come in here, I'm gonna unveil the Ridemaster.
Great, that's awesome, Pa! Come on, let's go, unveil it. I'm ready.
Right. Let's see this baby.
All right, you ready, boys? You want to see the Ridemaster?
Yeah!
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
Man, that thing looks nice.
That was awesome.
Great job, Pa.
Look at this thing.
Beautiful.
Looks like it just came out of the showroom. This thing looks like a yard man.
Yard man? This isn't a yard man, it's a Bolens.
Yeah, but doesn't MTD own Bolens?
They didn't know Bolens back in the 50s when this was made.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Sure.
Junior, he says it looks like a yard man.
With that green and yellow around there, Pa, looks more like a John Deere to me.
John Deere's not a John Deere, it's a Bolens. You two get out of here. Get.
All right.
I want to tell everybody what I did to it.
It does look nice though, Pa.
Yeah. Thanks.
Great job.
Get out.
That's a great looking John Deere yard.
Couple of knuckleheads. Let me run down the restoration process on this here Bolens Ridemaster. Now, as you can see, it's green. And this green is not a Bolens green. And it's not one of the greens I've seen online where they said to use some kind of dark hunter green. Rust-Oleum is close. This is British racing green. Some of it was spray painted and some of it is powder coated. So what I did is I got the little sample card, the little plate from the powder coat company that said British Racing Grain on it, and I gave it to our local auto parts store that makes spray paint in a can. You can put it in a rattle can. A lot of auto parts stores will do that, so you might want to check into that. So I gave them the little tag, and then they matched it to the green powder coat that we had to buy for it. So we spray painted the transmission, spray painted the gas tank. Other than that, all the other green is powder coat. This is all powder coat. And the yellow is buttercup yellow. That's what we use. Which is real close to the Rust-Oleum. I think it's a sunburst yellow. So some of this is spray painted yellow too, because this steering wheel you cannot put in the powder coat oven because it would have melted it. So this is spray painted. And parts of the engine are spray painted, like this cover. Couldn't powder coat that because it had a lot of dents and dings in it. We had to Bondo it, and I didn't feel like putting Taryl putty on it and sanding it because that's kind of hard. So some of that is spray painted, but this is all powder coated. This yellow. And stainless hardware. I replaced 99% of the hardware on this is stainless steel. Because here's all the stuff left over. This is all the hardware from the Ridemaster. So any nuts and bolts you see in here are all stainless steel now. I put the new cable on. Remember, if you've watched the series on the restoration of this, there's a transmission cable for a snapper. Well, this is the cable. And what I did is I took some heat shrink tubing and put it over the outside of the cable. So that's heat shrink tubing that I put on the outside. And this is spray painted too, this throttle control. And when I sandblasted this in the cabinet, it actually had this little brass fitting on there, so I polished that instead of painting over it. So all stainless. Everywhere I could find stainless hardware, I did. Grips. I needed grips. It was missing grips. So this is the deck rubber for the lever to raise and lower a deck from a scrub cadet. All I had to do was drill it out to make it fit. So I just took a drill and drilled out this rubber grip and it fit on there. This little grip here was some grips for, I think, a bobcat mower. One of those big walk-behinds. My brother Farrell gave me a bunch of bobcat parts and there were these little grips in there and that fit perfect. Now this grip is the hand grip for a John Deere edger, an old gas edger. And we're going to show you a picture of the edger. So I looked up the parts breakdown, got the part number of the grip, and then I went online and saw that our friends over there at Floyd's in Michigan, maybe you've seen it or heard me mention Floyd's before. I got the connecting rod from Floyd's. So I contacted the guys at Floyd's, they're Taryl fans, and I said, hey, can I have that grip for my Ridemaster? And they sent me the grip and they sent me a bunch of t-shirts. So they have a lot of used parts, so check out Floyd's. They're in Michigan. And they sell a lot of parts on eBay. They're good people over there. Hello, Floyd's. Hi. Hello to the whole gang over there at Floyd's. There's dinner. So yeah, there it is. All restored. And then I put this little box on the back. I had that laying around. So I painted it, made it look like a barn. Let's see what's in the barn. Ah, the rope! Because I was thinking you gotta have a place to put that rope. Where are you gonna put the rope? And you can put, you know, a couple other little things in there. So I had this laying around. So I thought, let me use that. I redid the hitch. I don't know if you remember from the series, but somebody made this hitch and put it on there. And I was going to make a new one, and I thought, you know what, why don't I just repurpose this one? So I welded it and ground it, smoothed out all the welds. And then we had Jeff over there, Precision Powder Coat, same guy who did Slippers restoration. He did all the powder coating. So yeah, even under here, stainless. It's all stainless. So I had to source that stainless from a lot of different places. eBay, Fastenal. Our local hardware stores got a lot of good stainless cotter pins. So as much stainless as I could find. Even this pin here is stainless, I found. Found some pins I had. I got a container that's got a bunch of miscellaneous stainless stuff in there, and I thought, well, that little pin will work. So there it is. There's the Bolens Ridemaster. Fully restored. Now let me run down the list of what this cost me, like Slippers did in his video. Where's that piece of paper at? Alright, here it is. So, the initial cost of the Ridemaster with all the taxes and fees from the auction was $453.41. That was for the Ridemaster. To rebuild the engine cost me $254.71. I needed parts for the transmission, the chain, that double roller chain, gear oil, the belts, some 1/8 key stock. That was $65.95. Remember, I had the custom reverse friction discs made from Farmer Dan. That, I worked a deal with Dan. He needed some work done. I needed those discs made. So that was an even trade-off. So There was no cash involved there. I did some stuff for him, he did that for me. Two spray cans of that British ricing grain was $31.53. The stainless steel hardware, $125 for all the hardware. The powder coating was $600. And then decals and the pinstriping was $18.51. So we got a total of $1,549.11 to restore this Ridemaster. And that's not counting my time. So that just gives you a little idea, if you're interested in restoring something and doing it yourself, what you may be in for as far as price-wise, which isn't really too bad. A lot cheaper than restoring an old car, I'll tell you that. That's why I like doing these little projects like this. They're not very big, they don't take up a lot of room, and you're not gonna spend thousands and thousands of dollars like you would on a classic car. So a mini bike, an old tractor, if you've got skills, this is what you could do. You could do it. I know you can. I know you grass rats can do it. I know you can. Well, there you have it. There's my Ridemaster, all restored. Turned out.
That was a nice little display you had out there.
Yeah.
But maybe you need to put this baby to a real test.
Oh yeah, Slippers? What do you got in mind?
Tug-off.
A tug-off? You mean like a tug of war?
Yeah. What do you think I meant?
Never mind. So what do you mean a tug of war against what?
My baby, Susan.
Susan? Who's Susan?
My custom 10XL.
Oh, that Sears that you restored?
Yeah, that's the name I gave her. After Susan George. Love of my life. So, what'd you name this?
I named this Sharon. Because Sharon, translated, means princess. And this is a princess. So yeah, Slippers, I'll take your challenge. I'll whip you around like a rag doll with this thing.
Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. You're going down.
Well, go get Susan and we'll find out.
Yeah, I will.
We're gonna have a tug of war. Ridemaster against Susan. All right, well, there you have it. Here's the Ridemaster restoration, all done, finally. Now I can move on to the next project. So stay tuned for the tug-off video. And I'm gonna whip that slippers around like a rag doll. He thinks that 10XL is so bad. We'll see. We'll put it up against this Ridemaster. I got my money on Sharon here, the princess. So subscribe to this YouTube channel, Taryl Fixes All. Follow me with your Ridemasters on Facebook and Instagram. Go to our web store, buy some Taryl apparel. We got all kinds of stuff. Shirts, hats, tools, other products. Check it out. And as always, there's your dinner. Woo! Restoration done on the Bolens! Now we're gonna put it to the test. Whipping that slippers around like a rag doll.